Souvenir programs here. Took you guys to the World Series yesterday over at Candlestick Park. Had a pretty good time, except for the Giants losing because of that darn Whitey Ford. At least Jose Pagan broke up Whitey Ford's World Series record of consecutive scoreless innings pitched at 33 2/3. At least we stopped that. Of course, we'd rather win the game and the World Series, but that didn't happen. And I'll take you over to that All-Star game there, that 1961 at Candlestick Park sometime. I don't know when, but I do remember that's really cool on the inside. All-Star game, a lot of good photos. So anyway, we got some items here that I'll be showing you from the period. That book there is from 1966 there, that Willie Mays book. The Who's Who I got at the local bookstore when I was a kid. That's Joe Torre there on the front. You got a gas station keychain from Willie Mays' 600 home runs anniversary. We got a couple of those. I just didn't want to bother my dad for the one that's complete. So I'm going to show you my 3D card collection, which I have in its own special binder, which used to house my hockey cards. And I kind of regret not having them back in that binder, but space is the first concern. I don't like loose ends, and it all fits in one cabinet, and one extra binder just won't fit. All right, give me a sec. These cards here came uncut in sets of 6 in my Scholastic book order when I was a kid in 5th and 6th grade. That'd be 1975 and 1976 when those cards came out. Yeah, they were uncut, and I left them uncut until just a few years ago. Since I don't have any more baseball cards, this is all I had. I figure I had to cut them up and use them for design. Throw them in 9 pockets, and there you go. Inside this is 1971 and 1972 Kellogg's baseball cards. So let's go. Unfortunately, these did not come in sugared cereals. It was always Corn Flakes. I hated Corn Flakes. Had to douse them in sugar to make them tolerable. But you got to do what you got to do to get your 3D cards. And that's what I would do. My pops helped me out eating lots of Corn Flakes. Sometimes I'd go to Grandma's house. It was an 1.5-hour drive. And she'd have Corn Flakes also. Got to delve into the box and yank out the cards. Or I should say card. I've gotten doubles before. 2 3D cards in 1 box of cereal. It was like heaven. Oh. That's where Willie goes. He was part of the decoration. You'll see him in a minute. These 72s here, not many cracks. I don't know if it's a manufacturing process or because they're smaller cards, but my 71s, half of them are cracked. I'll show you that here in a minute. Well, just for posterity, the backs. Speaking of backs, the back of the binder. 1972 Kellogg's 3D cards. Like I said, the 72s aren't cracked, but of course the one that is cracked is my Tom Seaver. But all these other guys aren't cracked. Had to double check just now to make sure that Reggie wasn't cracked. He's not. Best card in the lot, slightly off-centered. You can see the size difference. 71s are way bigger. 1971 Kellogg's 3D cards. They signed them just for me. I shot this video with the camera held vertical and it came out pretty good. And it's really weird because you have a camera at a certain angle and you can't see any of those cracks. See, Ernie Banks is all cracked up. You can kind of tell. But if you get the camera angle just right, it's obvious. This Barty Smith here is awesome. Off-centered, but that's a cool looking card. The two starting pitchers in the 1970 All-Star game. Crack there. Crack on the bottom right. The starting catcher and the starting center fielder in the 1970 All-Star game. You can tell Willie was on top because you can see those rubber band marks. Next up, Hall of Fame. For my Twins fans out there, cracked up Harmon Killebrew and a beautiful Cesar Tovar. Except for Cesar's got a little bit of a stain. Darn. So that's a cool card. The flags in the background. For my Chicago Cubs fans out there, that's a beautiful Billy Williams card. That's the best card I got right there of my 3D cards. That thing's darn near perfect. The Hickman has a crack in it. That's a pretty rare card. See what I'm saying on the corners? Darn. That one corner was off. Just touched. Dang, pretty good for a little kid. Yet, some didn't fare so well. I really don't know why. It's not like I played with them. As I play with it, here we go. Couple of cool cards here, just all cracked. Let's start bringing out the sluggers. That Bob Robertson, that's a rare card there. That one too is very, very nice. Probably my second or third best. So is the Paul Blair actually, except for that's off-centered. A couple more sluggers. Alex Johnson leading the league that year. Northup, great shot. The people in the stands. Alex Johnson. Ron Johnson is his brother, was a running back for the Giants. Great running back. One of my favorites. Along with Leroy Kelly, Floyd Little. This is the alternate crest version. Just a little more rare. Last but not least, the guy who flies solo, does things the way he wants to. And he's paying the price. Put him in. Put Petey in the hall. Yeah, he signed that for me too. Quick shot of all the logos. Lon Keller designed that logo. Where's the Mets skyline logo? Where's the Mets? Lon Keller designed that logo. These postcards and sunflower seed cards I got from my dad. Got the old airbrushed. Barry Bonds in his jail uniform. Speaking of Barry, that's from my mom. She just grabbed a pack one time at the checkout counter, and it was in the drawer. When we moved, I found it. I'm all, boy, howdy, look at that. An unopened pack. Wonder if there's tickets in there. Halloween's coming up. Don't forget, answer your door. Because if you don't, you'll be sorry. And don't give us any Oreo cookies either. My collection of 3D cards. Shout out to Vintage Cards Steve. Shout out TJ Mack. Vintage Cards and Nostalgia. Hope you like this Reggie, Terry. Shout out D's Collection. Souvenir programs here. Peace.